Welcome to MLB Prop Pick Show, powered by the Bat on Covers. Thanks for joining us here. Few more games, maybe the last time of the year. You're a Yankees fan, not so much. You're hoping it keeps going, but extending the series. Game 5 today. We got Gerrit Cole. Can Gerrit Cole touch 90 pitches? Right? Like everyone's like, oh, we need a gem from Gerrit Cole. I haven't seen anybody. I know you don't like touching Flaherty, Derek, because of Dave Roberts. That's the only guy he's giving like a 90 pitch leash to. But on the other side, Boone's not giving Cole 90 pitches yet in even critical games. So we'll get to him. How do you look at this game, and how did you see the market this morning?
Yeah, I mean, Cole has gotten, obviously Flaherty has gotten a pretty good leash. Cole has gotten a decent leash in the playoffs, but I mean, you have to think it's an elimination game. If Cole doesn't have it, they're not going to keep him out there just because.
Yeah.
The bullpen isn't especially worn down or anything, so it feels like the kind of game where we really could kind of see anything.
It is interesting. Went straight to Cole's under 4.5 strikeouts because it's hit in every game so far. He's landed on 4 in all 4 of his postseason starts. It's ticked up to 5.5. So the books have priced in a little longer leash today. So if you're betting it for that reason, you're betting into a number that already exists. So you're not finding any unexpected value with that. Good day to everybody there in the chat. What's Flaherty's open velo going to be? So that's a really good point, Bobby. I was on the under in his last one because that velo dropped, and we had mentioned his cold weather velo is a little different. Now, I wish today was like the 50s that it was yesterday in the Bronx, but as Derek told me before we went online, looking like mid-60s, which is kind of balmy for almost November, Game 5 of a World Series.
Yeah, I mean, you look at MLB weather throughout the entire year, and 70s about what games average. So, if we're looking at 66, 67 today, like it's not really notable pitching weather, especially for this time of year.
Yeah, so we'll wait and see what's up with Flaherty's velo. Bobby, if you know the number, I know, what was he? I think he was sitting, like mid 93, 94, 95, comfortably in game 1. I don't have the numbers off the top where you would see it. If he's like throwing 90, 92, would that be the alarming thing you guys are talking about, looking to see for a live bet scenario if his velo is down? Let me know. Yeah, so Yahtzee says 92, 95. That's where I was. He was kind of all over the range, but if he's not touching those mid-90s, that's kind of might be your indicator that he doesn't have the real back and get that 95, 96. So something to watch. But let's go. We got to play. Numbers not moving too much. We are at Rivers. Bet Rivers. Pretty widely available across everywhere. And it's a play. We keep asking Derek to make plays on a market where there's just not a lot going on, especially in a bullpen game yesterday where there literally wasn't much to bet on. I'm out here betting Ohtani, Judge, under home run prop parlays, minus 150. And I was stupid. I got it early, like minus 150. That's a great number. But I'm dumb and would have realized that if you just wait until first pitch, that number's only going to get better because people are betting the overs constantly on those guys. So if you're going to do it again today, wait until the last minute. Yeah. It has nothing to do with what the market says. It's just the market's just taking a ton of money on the over. So it's going to drive that number up. We got minus 112. That's where we are today. Let's go. Outs. Gerrit Cole under 17.5 outs, minus 112. Cole under 17.5 outs, minus 112. That's a play. Confidence here. 80 pitches, 87 pitches, 89 pitches, and 88 pitches in the postseason so far for Cole over 4 starts. One thing that I've noticed, I mean, yes, he hasn't been striking guys out. 4 strikeouts. He's 4-0 to the under so far in his prop, and his prop went up to 5.5, like I mentioned earlier. But 8.4% swinging strike rate and a 21.5 called strike whiff rate in the postseason. Those numbers are significantly down from his regular season numbers of 11% swinging strike rate and 29% called strike whiff rate. So guys aren't looking like they're not getting frozen by stuff, and they're not missing as much. And when you add in those, the efficiency in which you can get in and out of an inning with 12 to 15 pitches makes life a lot harder.
Definitely. Like I said, so first, Cole maybe not looking like himself. Second, the weather is really not pitching weather the way we'd expect it to be. Obviously, he's facing an elite Dodgers team. It's a do or die game where, like you said, the market's moved the strikeouts up. Like he's going to have a longer leash. I mean, he could if he's pitching well. If he's pitching well, I could see them leaving him in. But if he's struggling like at all, if the game's close, I don't see how you don't kind of have a quick hook here with the season on the line. He's on 4 days rest, one less than he'd normally be on during the regular season. He's done that a couple times in the postseason, hasn't made a huge difference. But that could impact the quality of his stuff, could impact the leash a little bit. I think we have a slight hitter's umpire here. So 6 innings in the playoffs is a lot to expect for anybody, especially against the Dodgers, especially in suboptimal conditions. So the Blitz is projecting about 14 outs here, close to probably close to a 70-75% winning bet here. This is what we're looking at.
And this is just off the top of my head. I kind of thought maybe they would give Cole game 4 so they could have him on some okay rest if they needed him for game 7. But in this situation, game 7, I believe, is on the Saturday. Today being the Wednesday, you get Thursday, you get Friday, and then the game 7 on the Saturday. They would probably still like to see Cole even out of the bullpen or something for game 7.
Sure, yeah. If it goes to game 7, I'm sure they want to keep a little in the tank for him. So even if they have a big lead, if they go out to, they knock around Flaherty a little bit here, they might pull Cole early just because they want to save him for that game 7. So, lots of ways that he gets here.
And my Cole MVP got thrown down the drain because he had a good start in game 1. He was in line, I believe, until things fell off. Obviously, extra innings, grand slam from behind. That's a spot. But my MVP bet was made because Cole could go game 1, game 5, and come out of the pen in game 7 if they need him. And that's kind of set up here. So still a little life left in that MVP, but not much. I don't think you're taking it away from Freddie Freeman. I was so lucky. I was going to put out the tweet yesterday, Derek. I'm like, if you're betting Freddie Freeman to hit a home run in game 4, just because he hit a home run in games 1, 2, and 3, you're not a great bettor. And then he hit a home run. So I'm happy yeah, I didn't hit that. But the probability of hitting a home run in 4 straight games is nuts. His home run to at bat or home run to plate appearance right now is 1 in 5.
Yeah. And the odds that you're going to be offered on it because of what he's done and what people want to bet, he's no more likely to hit one today because he's hit a bunch in a row than he would be otherwise. It's just.
But he's less likely to, no? If you look at it, he's less likely to hit a home run today just because of hitting 4 in his last 20.
No, I wouldn't say he's less likely to. That's kind of like, what do you call it? Monty, shoot, what's the thought experiment with the Doors, Monty Hall problem kind of thing. He's not less likely to, but he's not more likely to either.
Oh, okay. So there is no effect of what he did previously to the probability of him doing it today.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I got to look into Monty Door thing. All right. Now I got to look at that. That's where we are. So we're at Gerrit Cole, under 17.5 outs. We see Bobby Newport plus money on the 16.5. This market's only going to come down. Obviously, I can't think of what other did we have him for 17.5 outs before? I think he's the only guy we've seen with a 17.5 out line so far in the postseason.
I don't know what his lines have been in other games, but there are someone mentioned in chat. There's a couple books with 16.5. I knew Hard Rock had 16.5 plus 110. Bobby Newport saying FanDuel has 16.5 plus 108. So for one extra out, I would take that bet, the 16.5.
Would you want the 125 at 17, or you want the plus money at 16?
The plus money at 16.
There you go. That's the answer. That's the answer we need. Okay. Baseball in the books. Hockey coming up at 10 o'clock with me and Carlo. Before you bet with John Middlecoff, Joe Osborne, John Metler at noon. And then Derek and I back for another big Thursday night, more Thursday night football at MetLife Stadium. Can't wait for it. Aaron Rodgers and Houston, and it's getting bad. It's getting, if you haven't noticed, it's pretty bad for the Jets right now. They have 2 wins over 2 quarterbacks who had lost their jobs in Will Levis and Jacoby Brissett. I mean, Jacoby Brissett will probably start again, but those are 2 quarterbacks who lost their starting jobs. Those are the only 2 wins the Jets have, but have faith, Jets faithful, because it's the media's fault that Aaron Rodgers and this team is losing. Hey, and Dell says sharp 600 back on. Boys are smashing TD props. Todd Furman hit that Cedric Tillman TD last week at plus 350. That was a good look as well. So keep an eye out for the sharp 600 with J-Lo and Todd Furman as well. Tons of stuff coming out for week 9 ahead of a big week 9 slate. Leave it at that. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. We'll see you back here 2:15 for the Blitz and NFL prop picks. Thanks a lot. See you later.